ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Happy Thursday! Welcome to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. He is Ben Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. No Josh DiMaggio. He was at a concert last night, drank 1,000 Mich Ultras, and is not at work today. Now, I'll give him credit. He took the day off in advance.
Give him a round of applause.
Homer, why are you beside yourself?
Yeah, actually,
right now?
Homer, grab a mic right now. I really want your perspective
I
on
love
this.
that face here.
Grab a mic. Oh my gosh. Oh man. On stream on Twitter at Scalzo and Brust to see a disheveled old man.
Whoa.
It's 4 o'clock. He went to a concert last night, and he takes today off.
Well, he took it off in advance in his defense. He didn't wake up and say, I can't work today. He took the day off knowing he was going to drink 1,000 Michelob Ultras. And so, yeah.
You don't think he could come in and work at 4 o'clock?
Well, he's
We've
usually
actually seen him work after concerts, and it's better that he don't show up.
Homer, there was
and I mean that in a nice way,
There was
Josh.
one time where it was 3 days removed from him having a big night where we looked at him and we're like, you're still not fit to be in here and to be part of society.
How many days?
This was day 3.
Yeah.
He went out on a Saturday night. Sunday, he said, was brutal. Monday was brutal. And then Tuesday was like...
No, it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because it was an 8 a.m. Monday morning
That's right.
meeting.
We used to have an 8 a.m. standing Monday morning meeting.
He took it in his underwear.
Laying down on his couch.
No camera.
It's the definition of a problem.
This is the canvas in which your likeness will be displayed for the remainder of Josh DiMaggio's life.
Yeah?
You're going to live on his body. For those who miss it, Homer's getting a tattoo.
Fine.
Josh is getting a tattoo of Homer.
Yeah, so this
I
is where
just
your
want
legacy's
every
going to
time
live.
he says, I got a Scalzo and Brust tattoo, he's got to say, and I got a Homer tattoo also.
He's going to be
love it.
telling people at 3 a.m. at a Fish
Fine.
concert.
Yes.
If I could pay somebody $1,000 to get a tattoo of me on there, I would do it too. I thought that was a great investment and move to you. And it wasn't
He's
paying
not
them.
here, right? So I can tell you the
It
truth.
was the donation.
No. Okay, he doesn't know. And Gabe can mention I've donated 1,000 before. And so I thought,
I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway.
You hadn't done it yet.
No, I hadn't done it yet.
Oh, perfect
Well,
timing.
part of it was because I like to help people that need help. Well, Gabe's now got all these other people, and he's raising this and doubling this, and so he didn't really need it. So I was thinking, then I heard about the tattoo, and I go, ha!
There's my end.
Nobody's got a home. Who? If you're old like me, who wouldn't love to have other people have a Homer tattoo, and I don't have to have one? It's out there in the world.
It's like having another child.
Not exactly, but there's...
I don't know. I don't understand the comparison. But
I'm just saying, now if Josh has a tattoo of Homer, then maybe somebody else will then be inspired to have a Homer tattoo, and we can just keep Homer's legacy going beyond blood.
I know there's no thought of that, but it's a... I'm assuming it's one and done.
Well, Josh DiMaggio, one and done. He's back tomorrow.
Now, you two have to agree to never bring up the fact.
Oh, we won't. Oh, he's listening right now.
There's no way he's
Yeah,
listening.
100% he's
Wait
listening.
a minute. He's good enough to listen. It's 8 hours.
He just didn't want to wake up this morning and have to come into work. He was at String Cheese Incident last night. So if you know anything about the band,
I got bamboozled. Is
that what he said?
Joshy.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wasn't telling the truth. I just made that up just because.
Oh, man.
What?
Hope.
And no,
Don't feel bad.
Yeah. Well, no. it tells him that I trust him as being a man of integrity. Because he could easily come on and go, Homer, just use me. I'm not doing it.
He's excited to get the tattoo. Yeah, he's excited. The fact that he's going to have the "Oh baby" on it, it's not like, oh no, I have to get this. Like, I think he's excited to have a Homer tattoo.
It's not like he's going to have like a portrait of you in his house, like, you know.
And he's not going to get his 2023 Bucks NBA champion tattoo, so he's got a little bit of extra room on the canvas.
He's not backing out, according to text messages.
Well, that's good. He's doing better than the Bucks.
That is true.
It's horrible.
Where do you rank that? So I insist that it's comparable to that 2014 NFC Championship game
not in
loss.
terms of the importance of the game, but the point of go like all these things that they had to screw up to lose. And they did them all. And then there was another one. And then there was another one. And then there was another one.
It's hard to consistently continue to screw up in ways that they did, in which one more play, right? One more free throw. Like, just one more.
No, I wish I was the owner of the team because I'd have fired Bud at the end of regulation. Tony says I'm wrong. I've never seen a team that had a timeout left and that little
and a half
time,
second.
Well, it would be
and the two tallest, biggest guys on the court.
Right. But if it was like 3 seconds or something enough where you try to rush up the floor before they can set up. But with down to that, to not call timeout, sorry, you're done. About some things you can be perfect. Just leave now and then have the assistants.
Especially for the king of use it or lose it, because you can't take that timeout.
That's the thing, is there was an article written heading into the playoffs or even early in the playoffs about how Bud consistently uses his timeouts in a certain way. And I don't know what got away from yesterday.
Everything got away from the whole
No, I don't
team.
think he knew. He didn't know. And that means that if he has an assistant who's in charge of that, he's fired. Because I can't believe Bud wouldn't have done that. It's like
if he's fired, I think Charles Lee is the primary head coach who's being looked at for a lot of different jobs.
Yeah,
so.
no, I would hire the guy. If you're going to replace Bud, you got to hire a guy who's won a title. That's the guy who was in.
But here's
You're
the
talking
thing.
about Nick Nurse from
Yes.
Toronto.
Yeah. How can you get rid of Bud? Because he won a title.
He did.
And they've been good, and other
They've
teams.
been good. They've been great.
Yeah.
He's built a great team and great culture. And I know today is the day where we could point out all the flaws, but like at a macro level, he's done a very good job with the Bucks. I'm not saying that'll save him, but I think that at a macro level, you look at what he's accomplished and the way that those players respond to him, and like. There's a lot there that would tell me he's coming back.
And that's why, from your perspective of, if I was the owner, I would go down in regulation before overtime and fire him. You got to remember, I think what Bud has been able to do in terms of building the culture and character of this team, you got to make sure that Giannis, like that's a conversation you have with the star player of your franchise. Like,
it was interesting to see Giannis be somebody to say, hey, maybe we should have doubled Jimmy. Maybe we should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, we call those a Roger. Yeah, that was a Rodgers.
Maybe we should have,
You know what Tony said, and he's right. He says it's garbage. Players like Giannis can do whatever they want. All they have to do is go when they get on the court, go, I'm guarding him. He said Magic used to do it. The top players, they can do whatever they want.
Oh, Giannis shouldn't be guarding Jimmy.
I was going to say, I understand that's a possibility, and a lot of people are clamoring for that, but I don't think that
well, he did guard him, and the success they had before against him was with Giannis guarding him. They held him to 38 points in 4 games.
It was
48.
38 points per game for Jimmy Butler during this series.
I guess it's hard for me.
98 points combined in game 4 and 5.
I guess it's
but
hard
I mean,
for
when
me
they played before and swept him, he scored 48 in 4 games.
And what it's hard for me to be like, you know what? Actually, I don't believe in that idea, because at this point, any idea would have probably been a little bit better. Try something.
800
But like I'm saying, I was going to make an argument that, I don't know if putting Giannis on Jimmy would have been a good idea. But then I'm like, wait a second. Think about how this went down.
Well, and all that we talked about how great the depth was, what's the point of making those moves? I'm sure because you're not going to use them in the playoffs anyway.
Honestly, I think it hurt him at times.
I know. But
they
he
had too
doesn't.
many players.
That's how
they didn't have a true rotation.
Well, I mean, that's what he's got to figure out in the regular season. But nobody.
But they had injuries that affected that as well. Chris Middleton was out. And so Drew played a lot, and like other guys got opportunities. And then when Chris got his minutes back, the rotation it never felt like they had a rhythm as a team ever again.
This feels like the 2014 Packers loss because there's so many areas. If you ask where did it go wrong, you could point to so many things. You could point to the free throw shooting, particularly around Giannis. You could point to the decision to have Drew make the second free throw after he missed the first one. Surprisingly, he makes both of those, then it's a whole nother situation. I mean, there's a million little things. You're right, Homer.
No,
you could
and
look at and say,
when they didn't have anything going with 4 seconds
if they
left.
don't have a challenge left to use, the Bucks win the game.
yeah, absolutely.
And that's something where I guess I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of challenges, but you should never, ever, 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 ever in an NBA basketball game where we see the amount of runs that these teams could go on, you should never use it unless there's 4 or 3 minutes
He
left
used one
in the
like
fourth
3
quarter.
minutes into the game. No, what I wanted, I don't know, could they, if they had one challenged, the Jimmy Butler foul that he
Absolutely.
scored?
Well, no, you couldn't actually because you can't challenge a non-call. There has to be a call made in order for you to challenge it. You can't.
okay.
If there's no call made, then you can't challenge it. Which again, I think is a flawed system of the replay. But as it's written up right now, you can't do that.
But also, I really do wonder if it would have been overturned.
It would have been. It was a clear two-hand push-off
Yes.
foul.
And
But
it's
that's-
all about extension of your arms. It's the same way on an offensive charge.
It was
You
poorly
do it.
played by the team, though. Pat was up. Like, if you're going to switch, you go right to the body right away.
Right.
You don't give Jimmy an opportunity to even get a
But
jump off. You go to the
doesn't-
body before
doesn't-
he can jump.
doesn't
On
matter.
it's a switch automatic. I don't
Doesn't
care
matter.
if Brooks out there or
Fine.
not.
Fine. Doesn't matter. They got screwed. Cost them the game.
Well, I wouldn't say.
What do you mean?
they were up.
It's
they
a
were-
game.
No.
You watch that play and tell me that's not an obvious foul.
They put themselves in a position
Fine, all
to
of
get
that.
screwed.
Correct. Everything. However,
It's a foul.
They win the
missed.
game, and they win the game.
Correct.
All right, I rest my case.
Thank you, Homer.
Bye.
Giannis said the season wasn't a failure. We'll hear what he said, and Ben Brust will tell you what he thinks about Giannis's comments next. It is Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
He ain't built for a long, hard day of work. He's built for short spurts. He's not a marathon runner. He's a sprinter. So you should have known when he was doing Day of the
Fair
Manager
enough.
with me from 9 till 12 this morning that you are not going to get the best of
I
Ben
agree,
Brust
Tausch. This is
afternoon.
all on Greg.
Yeah, you knew that.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We do have some delays along eastbound 94 now, stretching from about 84th Street through the stadium interchange. Right now, from the zoo into downtown, we're up to about a 12-minute ride. It's an extra 5. The westbound side is at about 11 minutes. So from downtown to the zoo interchange, it's going to be an extra 4. We've also got some delays along southbound 894 right through the zoo interchange, all the way down past that construction zone near Lincoln Avenue. And then 43 southbound is going to be a bit tight from about Locust all the way down through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 44. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 57 at the lake, 63 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a new era for the green and gold,
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
and we're hitting the ground running on night 1 of the draft. Join us as we broadcast live from Q Club of Wisconsin on Thursday night starting at 6. Homer Tausch, Jason Wilde, Ben Brust, and the full Jen, Gabe, and Chewy crew will be reacting to the picks and talking about the future in Green Bay. Draft night on 94.5 ESPN, live from Q Club of Wisconsin in Waukesha.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. I'm back with the pride of Plover, Wisconsin, Oso Brewing Company's Mark Butera. They're cooking up something great at their brewery for the perfect food and drink combo.
Well, the best thing that we've done in the last year was open a pizzeria inside our brewery. So we've got the Oso Amore restaurant, so truly made with love. The pizza, the local people are going crazy over the pizza. It's all handmade. The crust we make with beer, no water. Well, it's made with the Big 2.0 beer, which was our gold medal winner at the Great American Beer Fest. So that's what we make the crust with. But you know what? Never forgotten. Just that light lager beer just goes with every pizza. I mean, it's just pizza and beer go so well together. It's been the single biggest thing that we've done in the last year.
Thanks again to my guy Mark for joining to tell us all about Oso's latest ventures. And remember, folks, pizza in hand or not, the fridge is always stocked.
It's Gary Ellison here from Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape from the office? Or maybe you want to impress a potential client? Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center offers a top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play courses like St. Andrews, Whistling Straits, and more. Even when it's not perfect golf weather outdoors, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's simulators, entertainment, and their best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer. At just $35 an hour for a bay, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is a perfect weekday getaway. Book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's Jeff Levering for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Up to bat is Pella's award-winning Easy Slide innovation. Look at that effortless horizontal window slide, letting in lots of light. And that roll, it's a double play. Like magic, the screen disappears when the window is closed. On deck is Pella's Reserve Series patio door, featuring the best lifetime warranty in the industry. Just look at that slide. It's a perfect fit. Order by April 30th and get 0% for 48 months at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra, official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Chris Larson on the ones and twos. A little shakedown street here on a Grateful Dead Thursday. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo. No Joshie DiMaggio. After 1,000 Michelob Ultras last night. It's a bummer for him because he's missing out on some delicious Palermo's pizza. We got the stuffed crust pepperoni going here. We've got some barbecue chicken sausage that is delicious as well, part of the Urban Pies family. It is a good day to cook up some Palermo's pizzas. Get ready, turn on the draft, drown your sorrows with some Mick Ultra, and boom, you got yourself an NFL draft round one night.
And the best news is we're going to have John Leonardo join us a little bit later in the program, and they have some new Screamin' Sicilian items that are going to be, coming to you very soon, very top secret. And so we're going to be breaking some Screamin' Sicilian news a little bit later in the program.
Before we get into the Giannis cut and hear what he had to say post-game, let's welcome Jake in Milwaukee into Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Jake, what do you got?
Hi, guys. I have a question about the NFL draft tonight. Cool. Now, I know the rumors are that they would consider drafting a wide receiver, tight end, or an offensive lineman or left tackle specifically. In your guys' opinion, what do you think? What direction do you think Goody and the Packers are going to do with that first round, 13th pick?
I think the board is really interesting because you're going to have basically a top 10 pick if 3 quarterbacks end up going in the top 10, with them being 13. They have a lot of needs. Like, I don't like the narrative right now that Packer fans are creating for themselves. It's setting themselves up for disappointment. The wide receiver, tight end scenario. It's not something the Packers have, as an organization, have traditionally done. They've developed wide receivers in the later rounds. They've developed tackles in the later rounds. Using the 13th pick for a tight end just makes me squirm a little bit.
So historically, in the Ted Thompson, Brian Gutekunst era, the Packers have prioritized 5 positions considerably.